Hello and welcome to another Material Concerns episode of your favorite podcast, Material Girls. I'm Marcelle Cosman.
And I'm Hannah Rehak, aka Coach. And today, Marcelle, we're missing Hannah McGregor, and it's my fault.
Whenever Hannah isn't with us, we are missing them.
Miss them.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it's my fault. I know you're going to be nice about it.
I'm going to be so
because this leads us right into our check-in. I've been really busy. So has everybody else on our team.
Sure.
For the last 4 or 5 years.
It's an ongoing topic of conversation.
It's an ongoing topic about burnout. Hey, and listeners, if we could just triple how much we make on this show, we could be
It's true.
Probably just as burned out, but maybe better paid.
But at least two of us, if we tripled what we make on the show right now, maybe one or two of us could make this the full-time gig, you know?
Right. Could make oh my God. Can you imagine, Marcelle? Actually, I know you can.
I can.
I
fantasize about it all the time.
I think about it all the time.
Constantly.
No, y'all are doing amazing. We have an amazing conversion rate of listeners who financially support us. So thank you guys so much. But if you're kind of a rich person who listens to us to feel less guilty about being rich, you could also give us some money to feel less guilty about it. But so Hannah's not here because it's been a cookie busy week, and then I got really sick, which you've been sick with what I think I have for about 3 months, so I really shouldn't complain. But I had a sore throat for 2 weeks, Marcelle.
Oh.
Undiagnosed, there was no diagnosis or anything.
Yeah.
I got tested for everything, and they were just I don't know,
I don't know, your throat's just sore.
Truly, and I was just we're just accepting that in 2025. I'm not what if I'm patient zero from new COVID strain? They're just not concerned about it. They're like, no, you didn't test positive. I'm like, okay, homies. Anyway, so I laid really low and canceled basically everything, and went on to a film shoot. And then you have been kind of figuring out your campaign. I don't know if that actually is true.
It is true.
I feel like you've been busy. Yeah, great. So anyway, we're recording this the day before it comes out, which is not our typical style. So this is fully Monday, June 23rd. You'll be listening to this tomorrow.
In less than 24 hours. Let's get real immediate.
Let's get topical.
How do you feel about the impending Third World War, Coach? How do you feel?
How do I feel about it? I mean, I panicked about it, obviously. Yeah. I mean, I've been panicked about it. I mean, good points have been made, of course, that white women in New York won't suffer the immediate consequences.
Sure.
So I guess I want to be measured in my fear. That said, myself, and a lot of friends I know are making go bags.
Yeah.
We're fully making bags, which maybe is just throwing money at the fear, maybe it's just that false sense of control. But as you know, I was MIA for all of Saturday. I was on this shoot, which I keep referencing because I've been having such a good time on it. Mm-hmm. But it was a 14-hour day. And so I was so logged into making art communally with people. And then I got out at 9:30 p.m., got on the New York City ferry to take myself home, was having a very sweet time eating an ice cream, and then saw the headline. And I was just oh, right.
Yeah.
My joy was a delusion. And it's not. We have to stay present to what's around us.
That's right.
But anyway.
Yeah.
The irony, I had a great day on Saturday before I looked at the headline.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah. How are you feeling about it?
So I similarly have been so busy with very immediate things that it's not that I haven't known. I don't know how to describe this. I think I've been having a very similar experience where in my immediate day-to-day, I don't have time to think about the absolute horrors of, our respective democracies lying to the citizenry.
Yeah.
And funding and delivering weapons to what is ostensibly another. I've been seeing a lot of comparisons to the Iraq War, which, hey, listeners, if you didn't listen to our episode about Pirates of the Caribbean, shockingly timely.
Yeah. Big twist. Super timely. Everyone's the whatever of the Black Pearl, the mystery of the Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, that one. That one that came out in 2003. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. It relates.
Yeah. For all of the self-righteousness that I know Canadians love to have about not being the global superpower that is the United States of America, our Prime Minister literally tweeted the exact same thing that the Secretary of Defense, I don't know, whatever. It was so like copied and pasted, changed a few words. He's not towing the line. He is
right.
TOWing.
Fully on board.
He's fully on board, and it's fucked.
What's TOWing?
So, like, towing the line, people often interpret it as towing, like pulling the line, but that's actually a misunderstanding of the idiom. The idiom is towing the line, like you're putting your toe, you're like putting your toe up to the line.
Oh, I think that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, you're correct. But I always get it confused.
Okay, actually, I feel fine about all this.
At one point, I thought it was one thing, and then I learned it was the other thing, and now I can never get it right.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Mandela effect thing of, I feel like a lot of people of my generation at least remember spelling tomorrow, someone saying Tom Arrow, which is wrong. Like at some point learning from like educators at some point that's how you spell it.
Tomorrow?
Yes. Yeah. When it's like and then well, maybe I'll just speak for myself because maybe this isn't other people, though I'd love to hear in the comments. It's not like a specific teacher. I was lucky, I had a great public education, all those things. But I like remember being told like, oh, when you can't think of how to spell tomorrow, remember it's Tom Arrow. And so every time I have to write tomorrow, I have to be like, and it's not that memory. And it's the other thing. Marcelle, we're going to go into our first segment, but first we have to talk about the live show, which is happening in less than 2 weeks.
And you know that that's true because we're recording this less than 24 hours before it's getting released. So this is like real time counting down the clock.
Yeah. When you are listening to this, if you listen to it on Tuesday, June 24th, we'll be 9 days out from the Vancouver live show, July 3rd. Doors open at 6:30. The show starts at 7:15, goes till about 8:30. We're so excited about it. I am.
Stoked.
You're excited, right? We haven't checked in about 4 days.
I know. I've been feeling very stressed about so many things. I'm really excited about the live show. I'm really stressed about how I haven't had time to work on my part of the live show. And I'm meeting with Hannah and Helen, our special guest, in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, to like make that happen.
To check in. And I haven't done anything.
Right.
So I'm feeling really, really stressed. I feel like everything that I have on the go right now is like on the other side of it is going to be so much excitement and joy.
Totally.
But I'm on this side of it, which is, Marcelle, you haven't done your job yet. So that's how I feel.
For listeners who are like, wait a minute, I'm going to spend money on a show that Marcelle hasn't done her homework for. What I want to say is, yeah, I know you're never thinking in those terms, but just to speak to that, we are extremely prepared for this show, extremely excited for it. And that is how all episodes get made. So if you like Material Girls episodes, you actually like procrastination. Actually, you love the work that comes out of it. One thing I'll also say too is that we're diving into the word daddy. And I think that's clear from our poster, but I also feel like it's worth noting. And I personally can't wait to get some theory to help me understand the kind of constant, unrelenting use of that term. I'm really, really excited about it. So I hope your meeting goes really well with Helen Zaltzman of The Illusionist, who's the special guest, one of the special guests we have at the show.
Yes.
I can't wait. Tickets are selling. So I'm just going to say to people, buy your ticket now. We have early bird pricing, which makes it $25. Also, if you're a Patreon supporter, you get a $5 off code. So now is a fabulous time to become a Patreon supporter. If you're a Patreon supporter, if you want to be a Patreon supporter, but you don't live in Vancouver, but you have a friend in Vancouver, oh my gosh, how perfect. Give them the code. I don't care. You have access to the code.
Give them the code.
Right.
And then the gift of the live show.
Right. So to get tickets, just head to riotheatertickets.ca. That's RIOTHEATRE tickets.ca. Fabulous.
Beautifully done.
Hey, thanks.
Beautiful.
Okay, Marcelle. I think we should start with Okay, Hear Me Out, our segment where we now, I think, spend 57 seconds being listened to. But I think that we should take advantage of the fact that dear Hannah McGregor is not here. We're going to set her up to be frustrated by doing an Okay, Hear Me Out directed to Hannah. So this is you wanting to be heard. So like, what do you want Hannah McGregor to hear you out on? She's going to be so mad that she can't respond. But you guys did me a favor by doing this last minute, and I'm going to punish her.
No, that's her love language. She loves that.
Yes, that is true.
I think I've got it.
Okay. Fantastic. I'll count you down. Ready?
Oh, boy.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, hear me out. Having a husband is actually pretty okay. You've got someone who will do your taxes for you.
Huge.
You don't have to pay them. He is not just my erstwhile tech support. He's also my ongoing tech support. And also a really convenient person to blame whenever I haven't had coffee and I'm in a really bad mood. I can just take all of those feelings out on him, and none of this is true. I really try hard not to.
But you could.
There's always somebody. I could. There's always somebody keeping the bed warm.
5 seconds.
That's actually me, though. Oh no. And he does the laundry and the dishes.
Oh, amazing. Okay, hear me out. Being married to Trevor is pretty cool.
I know.
He said having a husband. I'm like, I don't know if that's the takeaway.
It's not. I know. Trevor does a lot. Trevor is, he is not for all of his foibles and frustrating personality traits, he is not a stereotypical husband.
Yeah.
He really does contribute
to the home.
Like more than his fair share.
I love it.
There are 2 massive piles of laundry in the living room. They're clean, but they're massive piles of clean laundry in the living room. And I was on the couch last night like, oh, I had a long day of socializing. I'm just going to sit here and eat cheese and scroll Instagram while he was working. He was like doing his work from home job at 10 p.m. last night to catch up on his hours. And there's just this pile of laundry that I'm just like ignoring. While I eat cheese on the couch.
I wish I had a brain that could do that. My brain would be so guilt tripped. My brain would be like, somebody moves starts moving, they're clearing their own dish, and I'm like, I should move that for you. It sounds so nice and peaceful, Marcelle.
I assure you it's not. It's really not. But in that moment, it was pretty good.
You felt the strength of your ring on your left hand.
Actually, fun fact, my rings don't fit my fingers anymore.
Oh my gosh. I never noticed that.
I had 2 babies.
Do you not wear your wedding ring?
You've never known me to wear a wedding ring.
As I was saying it, I was kind of like, what does her wedding ring look like?
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. No, it hasn't fit in ages. It didn't even really fit at the time.
I think that's really rad. I think that's really cool, personally. When married people don't wear wedding rings. Actually, it really makes me mad when men don't, but I think it's really cool when women don't in hetero couples.
Trevor will take his ring off when he's working because he does a lot of typing or when he's doing the dishes. And then sometimes he'll forget to put it back on and then I'll find it and I'll see it somewhere and then I'll put his ring on because his ring fits me.
Wait, cute. That's
and
cute.
then he doesn't know where his ring is.
That's cute.
One time he was really stressed out because he had lost his ring for a week.
And you'd just been wearing it?
I had it.
It had been on you?
I don't think it had been on me, but I had seen it somewhere unsafe, next to the sink. And I took it and I put it somewhere so that it would be safe, but he didn't know where it was.
Poor buddy.
And he was so upset. But he didn't want to tell me. And then one day I was just like, I need you to tell me why you're so upset. What's going on? He was like, I'm just really stressed out because I can't find my wedding ring. And I was like, oh, it's right here. I moved it. It was by the sink.
It was like communication.
You're stressed out because of me.
Love you, baby.
Anyway. Okay, coach.
Okay. All right. You can count me down.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, hear me out. Let Challengers be a fun movie. Stop thinking it has to be Y tu mamá también to mean something to gay people. Stop thinking that it has to be the gayest, most erotic graphic shit to be worthy of our eyes. in 2024, whatever it was that it came out. Like you people, especially, and this is like goes from like my
You
sister,
people.
elder millennial, and then also I heard a lot of like Gen Xers as well saying this, where it's just like, oh, the young kids think that this is gay, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, like I haven't actually seen hot former Disney star Zendaya, like shit. I have 12 seconds left. Like be sort of like mommy to these two like little gay boys, you know, like I actually haven't seen that. And also it's fun. And also sports movies are fun. It's ultimately a sports movie that's like a little gay. That's not that common of a trope, right? Like I'm out of time. Fuck.
You're surely out of time.
I'm out of time. I am. That sucks. I had so much more to say. No, I have more to say. I have more to say. I reclaim my time. Even though
you go right ahead. I went on for ages about how much Trevor puts up with.
It just bothers me when it's like you're shaming people for thinking it's fun when it's like, but people had fun. So like let it be fun then. And I'll say I tried to rewatch it and I didn't have as much fun, but in the theaters, a joy. People were squealing. I reached out a hand and accidentally choked my friend next to me out of impulse because I was so like I like reached out. It's hard to explain, but I was just like ah! And like reached out a hand, was just like I need to like grab onto his arm and then accidentally hit his neck. Anyway, the point is, he laughed. It was fun. The point is, it's like there was something very visceral and erotic about it. Also, it was very pretty. I think that has value too. I thought it was a very pretty film. And again, and I'll just really really make this point, because I think it's worthwhile. It is a sports movie. That is so fun. And I'll say, for me, it was one of the first times I really felt, for me, the bisexual gaze, right? Like I genuinely felt like the camera was tracking exactly what I wanted. It was on the men in a way I wanted, and it was on the women the way I wanted, and it was on the three of them and the two of them the way I wanted. Like I felt like where my eyes wanted to go, the camera went with me. And that's also really rare. Piss me off.
I feel like I need to defend Hannah in this
they're
moment
not here.
because I know. But I think Hannah actually did appreciate the movie quite a bit more than I did. I think Hannah did find it quite fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a romp.
Quite fun. Just not very gay.
Okay, because here's my other thing. I'm just like, not everyone's sexuality is the same. For me, to be explicit about it,
that's true.
The sort of like tension and foreplay of it is, to me, more sexual than a sex scene. So when people are like, there wasn't even nudity, I'm like, there was nudity, but like, I don't need to see men's butts in an erotic film for it to feel sexy. Like that doesn't, like, to me, there was so much tension between the two male leads, like in their boyish playfulness, you know, which felt very particular to that movie. And again, I know, like, well, there are other movies that do it too, but the sport element of it too. Then I'm kind of like, well, what makes you think that you can say that it's not gay enough? Not you, Marcelle. I mean, I guess you, but the royal
it was
you.
me.
But also, but like my sister said the same thing, where she was just like, it wasn't that gay, and I'm just kind of like, well, are you saying like the way I'm engaging with their homoeroticism isn't as gay as if they were fucking on screen? Because that's not fair. Like that's not how everyone's sexuality works.
That's true.
How about that? I'm screaming.
Huh?
Do you feel yelled at? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No, this is really good.
This is really, really good. That said, again, I've tried to rewatch it and it really doesn't hit the same way. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe it was something about the circumstances. I went with my two bisexual guy friends, sat between them. I had a great time.
Ooh.
Yes.
Did you turn from one to the other?
Yeah.
And make out?
Actually, I should say, no, I was actually at the end, so I had to lean across one of them to look at the other one and give a big, like, guffaw when things were scintillating. Okay. Make it make sense. The segment where we try to make sense of something happening in the culture, in the discourse, the zeitgeist, without doing any research at all. So we're talking about Brat Summer. A year late. What the heck happened? Why did that happen? Did we already talk about this one?
No. I don't think we talked about it on mic, but I feel like one of you clever girls pointed out that Brat Summer was a response to Barbie Summer.
I think that must have been Hannah.
No, you don't think that was you? I don't remember who said it, but I remember immediately being like, damn, that's so smart. So that's a big thing. a like sort of gritty rejection of the Barbie Pink Summer
commercial,
but one that is still like fun.
Ultimately still commercial.
I think we can't forget the fact that Kyle MacLachlan would post countless TikToks of himself walking down the streets lip syncing to the various hits from Brat by Charlie XCX. We should also maybe start with Charlie XCX, do you think?
I think go from here.
Yeah.
What do you, I mean, I can also theorize, but
okay.
What do you have thoughts on Charlie XCX?
I was thinking that I should have started by saying
right.
that she released an album called Brat.
And I think that's like what, right, like, yeah, the album was the raw material that allowed for the summer of rejection, the Barbie summer rejection. Totally. I think we talked about this with like female pop stars or sort of like the rise of, Sapphic. We talked about it in Sapphic. I think I talked about this at Coach's Corner. That I think there's something to Sapphic as being in vogue right now, sort of that, everything that comes along with that. That's like an earnestness, like a femme earnestness or like a woman experience, scare quotes experience, where there's a willingness to be both like dirtbag and earnest. That feels a little bit like a throwback to like Avril Lavigne to me, which is cool. I'm like right on time, like 2 decades later, like we needed this. But with Charli XCX's album, like it's so like there's something so fuck you about like her aesthetic and the way she performs and brat, right? Like being a brat is being like, commanding, needing attention, kind of not thinking about the other, whatever, however we want to think about brat. But that in her lyrics, there's still like, there's like a real vulnerability. There's like, she and Lorde like working it out on the remix. There are sort of these like moments in this otherwise sort of fuck you, gritty party girl music that allows for like emotional vulnerability, which feels just like very of the moment. I think that no one has the energy for pretense the same way that we might have 10 years ago. Right? Like if Obama era was like hipsterdom and like guardedness and like too cool for it, it's like literally no one can perform that shit right now because we're all raw open wounds walking around. But we can still be like bratty bitches about it, if that makes sense. What do you think?
I think it does. I really do. I really do think it makes sense. At the time, I was very much like, why is this happening? This is so, like, I'm watching the zeitgeist happen and I don't understand it. But now a year out really does provide like just a soupçon of perspective to be like, oh, I see.
I see what we needed.
I see what was going on.
And what we were getting.
I see.
We should shout out. I really realize now we should shout out who it was who.
Yeah.
Okay, so, thank you to Alice Rowan Content Marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Love Alice Rowan Content Marketing, who asked for this over Instagram. So I hope that satisfies Alice Rowan Content Marketing. Fabulous. Well, our last segment is going to be No Time, which is where Malika adds something from our previous few episodes that had to be cut for time because we've had some banger episodes that we have had to cut some stuff out of. Our Million Little Pieces episode is long with Tracy Thomas that came out last week. Is already a long episode and it was like 20 minutes longer. We had to keep cutting it down. So perhaps it'll be something from that. We loved having Tracy on. Just as a note, if you haven't listened to that episode, it's super fun.
Yeah.
It's super, super fun.
Tracy was a real dream guest. Just like so fun to talk through these ideas with. Absolute gem.
Yeah. And I think we're going to have her on again in the fall. So if you like her work, stay tuned. I just want to give the listeners a heads up that we are actually, because we are going on the road, we're going to be releasing some drop-in episodes in lieu of Material Concerns and new regular Material Girls episodes for the month of July. I'm really excited about that. As we mentioned at the top of this episode, we're a little burned out. We're having a good time. We're managing. We love making the show. And because we're going to be traveling to Vancouver for that live show, July 3rd. Get your tickets, riotheatertickets.ca. We are going to recycle some content. So there'll be some episodes dropping from other podcasts that Hannah and Marcelle have been guests on that you might have missed. We're going to highlight Gender Playground, which has new episodes coming out every Thursday, which we're so excited about and so proud of. And if you haven't checked it out.
So excited.
Yeah, please take a look at Gender Playground. Send it to the people in your life who you think could appreciate it. Read the Apple reviews if you want to like feel good about the world. Our Apple reviews on that show are like the sweetest, most vulnerable, I don't know, just like lovely messages.
That's so nice and so the opposite of I've been afraid to look because, troll's going to
Marcelle,
troll.
we're being kooky bananas today, so might as well. Can I just read you one?
Yeah.
This is from August of last year, so we are due for some new ones, but this is from Is This the Feeling? That's their pseudonym. And the title is, it's 5 stars, and it says, just helping to hear my inner child, no big deal. Quote, I don't have kids or even any kids in my life at the moment, but I think Gender Playground is for everyone. Every episode left me feeling grounded and curious, compassionate towards my own and others' experiences. I love this project. Can't wait for season 2. End quote. Does that make you feel good, Marcelle?
Yeah.
Good.
It does. It really does. That's so nice. Is this the feeling? If you're listening, please tell us.
Yeah.
How is the feeling for season 2?
Yeah, and Spotify now allows for comments too. So I don't know where y'all listen to your pods, but if you want to get in touch with us other than Patreon and at ohplease@gmail.com, you can also comment on our Spotify episodes. So anyway, I just wanted to take a moment before we go into No Time to give everybody a heads up about our plan for July. And make sure everyone knows Gender Playground is coming out on Thursdays, and you've got to check it out.
You gotta.
Okay, so here is No Time. Malika, roll tape.
This is where I burst in and say my favorite thing to say to people all the time, which is, did you know that trade nonfiction isn't fact-checked?
Yeah.
Me throwing a door open. Nobody's checking anything Malcolm Gladwell's writing.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Tracy is.
He's one of my literary nemesis, Malcolm.
I mean,
Gladwell.
that guy is out there just making shit up.
Okay, you two, we will have a different episode where we will talk about Malcolm Gladwell. But right now, we're talking about a different guy making stuff up.
Wait, if you do that and you don't invite me back, I'll never be okay.
Okay, well, coach, book it.
Yeah, please.
Get it on the list.
So this is a really important part of the landscape of nonfiction publishing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Marcelle, well, you did me a huge freaking favor by messaging with me last night at 11 p.m. when I said, oh my God, Marcelle.
In that voice.
We need to record.
That's the only reason I answered.
Hey, Marcelle. Yeah, like my cartoon boy voice.
Yeah, coach. Yeah.
Can we record tomorrow morning? Yeah. We should have done the whole episode like that.
No.
No? No.
If we make $9,000 a month in Patreon support, we'll do a whole episode in this voice.